Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the Sunday services at Center for Spiritual Living, Denver. We are a loving and prospering community in the heart of Denver and online. We now conduct hybrid services at the historic Grant Avenue Community Center and Sacred Place, located at 216 South Grant Street, Denver, Colorado. All are welcomed here. A place, space, and face of love. We are a spiritual community practicing universal principles that enrich our lives. We are grateful that you have blessed us with your presence. While online, we'd love to know you're watching with us. Feel free to leave a comment and let everyone appreciate you. With everything going on, life can feel overwhelming. CSL Denver wants you to know we are here for you. Please know that our practitioners are available for personal prayer work. Our licensed spiritual practitioners' names and phone numbers are available on our website at csldenver.org. Or if you have a prayer request, feel free to email it to info@csldenver.org. For your convenience, you'll find clickable links in the description of this broadcast. Rev Elzia, along with all our guest speakers, practitioners, service coordinators, and musical inspirations, want you to know how truly grateful we are that you are with us today. Thank you for your continued support and participation in our services, workshops, and events, as well as providing financial contributions to our center. If you're interested in upcoming events and information, we send out weekly newsletters. Sign up by visiting www.csldenver.org. We deliver services in a hybrid format where we meet in person at 216 South Grant Street. We will also continue to live stream all services on Facebook and YouTube every Sunday. Find us on our respective channels as well as on New Thought Media Network. Again, thank you for your precious attention. Now prepare for engaging enlightenment.
There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden where God's grace blooms. There is a garden where everything grows, a beautiful garden where love is sown. And in this place of light and love, you can have anything that you're dreaming of. There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden. That garden is you. And in this place of light and love, you can't have anything that you're dreaming of. There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden. That garden is you. Such a beautiful garden. That garden is you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Teresa Cardenas, a practitioner here at CSL Denver. Welcome for all of those of you that are here and online on this beautiful fall day. So I'm going to do an invocation. So if it's comfortable for you, you can just close your eyes or whatever you want. So we just know that this beautiful morning invites us into the knowledge that spirit is everywhere. It is in our heart, it is in our soul, it is in our community, it is everywhere. And it is all knowing and all healing and all loving. And we turn to that presence now and bless this service and the message as Robert speaks his word into the community. No matter whether we're at a temple or a synagogue or a mosque, or camping up in the mountains or at home in bed, we know that this message permeates through the ripple effect into the community, into the world. And that we feel a sense of solidarity within that encircled presence. And just say, thank you, Spirit. Thank you. And so it is. The reading is from Jacques de Gouin, her book called Living in the Light. Within each of us lies a voice that knows the way, a quiet, unwavering guidance that speaks when we pause and listen. This is our intuition. It is the compass of our lives, showing us the paths that align with our true purpose. To follow it is to honor ourselves, to move with confidence and clarity, even when the world seems uncertain or chaotic. But to truly live in alignment with ourselves, we must embrace all of who we are, including the parts we have feared, rejected, or hidden. Our so-called shadow side is not a weakness. It is a source of wisdom, strength, and untapped energy. By bringing awareness and compassion to these disowned aspects, we allow the light within us to shine more fully. In embracing every part of ourselves, we find balance, wholeness, and a deeper self-love that illuminates our path. Life is full of polarities: intuition and reason, strength and vulnerability, courage and surrender. Each polarity carries its own gifts, and harmony comes not from choosing one over the other, but from holding them both with respect and awareness. When we balance these forces within us, we step into our true power, moving with integrity, authenticity, and grace. And in this balance, we live with light, radiating warmth, clarity, and inspiration into the world around us. These truths are not abstract ideas. They are living principles. They touch every part of our lives, the creativity we express, the relationships we nurture, the work we do, the health we cultivate, the abundance we seek. By bringing conscious awareness to our thoughts, choices, and actions, we begin to live intentionally guided by our own inner light, allowing it to illuminate even the shadows and hidden corners within us. To open ourselves to these principles is to step onto a path of transformation. It is to awaken our creativity, deepen our fulfillment, and experience life with aliveness, joy, and radiance. Each step we take in awareness, each choice guided by our intuition, brings us closer to the fullness of who we are meant to be. Trust your inner voice. Embrace all of yourself, even the parts you have feared. Honor the polarities that live within you, and move forward with courage, with wisdom, and with the light that resides within you. In this journey, you discover not only yourself, but the infinite potential, brilliance, and love that your light brings into the world. And Ernest Holmes states, "Let us therefore light the candle of love, human kindness, forgiveness, and understanding in your own soul, and let it shine brightly." And so it is. Oh, we have music. From Jami Lula.
From a red bud on my favorite rose bush to the smile on a grandmother's face, to the dew on a single blade of grass I keep seeing in the smallest ways. From the hoot of an old horned owl to the laughter of children that play, to the first whistle passing my son's lips I keep hearing in the smallest ways. When I pay such close attention, there's no judgment in my life. There's only love in the smallest ways. In the smallest ways. From the birth of my only baby to the song that I sung full of grace, to the loss of a mentor not meant to be mine, I keep feeling in the smallest ways. From a breath of night blooming jasmine to your scent permeating my days, I can call to mind what I can't find. I keep feeling in the smallest ways. When I pay such close attention, there's no judgment in my life. There's only love in the smallest ways. In the smallest ways. In the smallest ways. Ooh. From the light of your sweetest kisses to the tear that I stole from your face, and gelato we shared on the boulevard, I keep falling in the smallest ways. When I give in to sweet surrender, and I know that God is in this place, there's only love in the smallest ways. In the smallest ways I keep seeing. In the smallest ways I keep hearing. In the smallest ways I keep feeling. In the smallest ways I keep breathing. In the smallest ways I keep falling. in the smallest ways.
Jami Lula. Feels like a brother from another mother. I'm so grateful that you all picked Jami Lula for my chance to share with you today. Welcome. Let's start that again. Jami Lula. Thanks for having me back, CSL Denver. It's always a pleasure to be with you and always good to be with you. For those watching online, thank you as well for investing in your time and energy to be here. I come bearing greetings, so I'm going to drop the names of a number of organizations throughout the day as we share today, because I've been a lot of places since the last time we've been together, and it feels like a lot is happening in the world, yes? Yes. I was recently at a hockey game with a colleague of mine, and as nature would have it, the conversation turns a little bit away from the hockey game and a little more towards what's happening with family and in our work as ministers. And he looked at me and he said, "So what are you reading these days?" And I looked back at him and I said, "Well, it's not so much what I'm reading as it is what I'm listening to." Our lives today are filled with a nonstop, never-ending barrage of information. And it would be impossible to listen to it all. Now, when I came up in this movement, in this philosophy, we didn't have all of that. For many of you, I know that would be the same, would be true. We didn't have constant, immediate access through YouTube and the internet and every other thing. And so oftentimes people were judged by the size of their library. How many books do you have? And if you watch any of my live stream stuff, you know that my entire backdrop is built over my library. And if you are really insane and want to zoom in and see all the titles of the books, you could. Or you could just say, "Hey, Robert, I want to come over for a cup of coffee," and you can come look at it yourself. But we had to have that input. And what books gave us at that time was a feeling, that tactile feeling, I know you all know it, of what it means and what it's like to leave a bookmark, or for some, what it means to go from the transition of I would never put a marking in a book to highlighting almost every other sentence on a page. The way we are consuming information is rapidly evolving. And the amount that is out there is incredibly confusing. So what are you listening to? You can do a social experiment on your own. Go home this afternoon, open up YouTube, and type in live news protest and see what comes back. And then walk away for 10, don't watch anything. Just walk away for 10 minutes and then come back. And then get rid of your search and just go to YouTube on a new tab. What's the algorithm going to give you? Live news search. You don't have to say a second time, "This is what I want." And the opportunity is, what if you go home today and you type in live peace rally? You're going to get something, right? What are we listening to? Myself, over the last, probably 6 or 7 months, I have followed a path, and it kind of started with, of all people, Mike Dooley. I think many in this room might know Mike Dooley. And Mike Dooley introduced me to a woman named Sarah Landon. And Sarah Landon is saying some pretty interesting things that she attributes to a channeled entity called the Council. You know, it's the first time in years I've opened up a book and I saw the author finished the paragraph or finished a chapter with the phrase, "and so it is." Ernest never wrote that in a book that I know of. See, new thought, what we believe in this room, is everywhere. Everywhere. If we want it to be. The title of today's talk is Integrating Light. Right? We know we are the light. This isn't a community that I've spoken to many, many times. I know you know you are the light. For me to stand here for 20 minutes and remind you of you are the light seems kind of redundant. What I want to do today is I want to ask you, what are you allowing to influence how you express that light? How you shine that light? How you bring that light to the world? How you integrate that into who you are so that others may be inspired and may choose to pick up this philosophy as well, to pick up some of the practices as well. I would imagine it takes no one by surprise to know that I was part of the crowd at the Capitol yesterday. That I had my sign and that I marched. And it was only an hour and 20 minutes. The march was only an hour and 20 minutes. It's not like it was a big, huge hike. But where I was different than perhaps the other 30,000 in the crowd was I was marching with a banner for peace, a sign for peace, a sign that calls us not to fight against. And when those chants went up, let's fight this, let's fight that, I couldn't be a part of those chants. But what I also realized is we are a philosophy that really takes words seriously, right? Yeah. So we can go back to Mother Teresa saying she would never go to when you have a peace rally, you can invite me, but I'm not going to go to an anti-war rally. And I want you to know I didn't feel like I was in an anti-war rally yesterday. I did feel sometimes like we were at an anti-DJT rally. That's something I think we can work on. But more than anything, what I experienced was a call for peace. And more than anything, what I saw and what I felt was a recognition of our oneness. Now, I didn't see any signs that said anything about that. I was wearing a t-shirt that says, "Deeply we are one." And I do have some stickers on the table if you want some that say that as well. But I felt that experience in a crowd of 30,000 people. And I've been in some larger crowds and I've been in a lot of smaller crowds. And some you don't feel it, right? Some I should get out of here. But some you can feel it. And yesterday in Denver, we could feel it. We were one. There was one voice. Not everybody recognized that. Not everybody was standing there in, wow, look at this. This is oneness. But that's what this philosophy teaches us. That there too is the one. Even in the people I don't agree with, even with the people I don't understand, even in the people that I think should be committed, even in the people that I would, well, those would not be very ministerial thoughts of me, so let's not go there, okay? We are one. We are the light. But it's going to take us igniting that light into the places where perhaps it is a little scary. Can anybody say Facebook? I want to share another story with you. Many years back, 2007 or 8, as I just first moved from Utah to here to Colorado, a dear friend of mine and I started a couple of Facebook groups. One of them's up over 10,000 people at this point. And I know that a minuscule percentage of those people actually see what happens in that group. And I know that there are so many in that group that are there basically to try to market their own stuff. But in that group, the rules are pretty simple. They're aligned with the New Thought philosophy. The group is called Science of Mind and Religious Science. And we discuss and share and post. And every so often, something happens in that group that might require some attention, more than approving posts and asking people to play by the rules. Now, over time, I've loosened my personal grip on that group, and I've given over some controls of that group to other people. And even recently, earlier this year, I made an attempt to step away from the group completely. And I handed ultimate control, if you will, to a dear colleague of mine, someone who was a practitioner that I had the pleasure to teach as a practitioner, and someone that's been a long time member of this group and understands it. And yesterday morning, he posted a post that basically said, go with compassion. And he put a few more words around it and said, go with compassion. If you're going today, knowing that many of us did, many in this New Thought philosophy, and I can't count the number of pictures I've seen on my feed today of peaceful gatherings with my colleagues and ministerial friends, and names I could list for the next 20 minutes of that were going in peace and going with compassion. Well, guess what happened? Oh boy, did he get attacked. How dare you make Science of Mind political? How dare you bring politics into this? How dare you taint bring your tainted leftist views into this sacred conversation? And I'm sitting there going, wait a minute, man, I'm the guy that started this thing. Who are you? I know who the person is that started the flaming. I've worked with him, dealt with him, conversed with him, argued with him, and had dialogue with him many times over the past 10, 12 years of that group. What we have to come to is to remember that nothing is political and everything is political. And that if everything is political, then nothing is truly political. If it's all God, it's all God, yes? Is there any part of that that's not God? Is there any part of our president that's not God? No. Do I like how this person is using the God principles, how this person is showing up? No. But that's me. In recent months, I have seen sometimes almost vicious attacks by people that say they are in New Thought, that claim to be religious scientists, that are safeguarding what Science of Mind has always been. And recently in Las Vegas, I heard a colleague of mine, Reverend Dr. Raymond Anderson, share a perspective on what that is. Folks, that's old New Thought. I wouldn't be here if you wanted old New Thought. We're here today because it's time for a new thought on New Thought. A new thought on New Thought. And I wish I could say that I found that title or I came up with that. I would love to claim that as mine, but it's not. Last week in Kansas City at Unity Village, a colleague of mine, Reverend Dr. Martha Creek, presented a keynote address called Some New Thoughts on New Thought. And it's available at the ANTN YouTube page. I encourage you to search that out and check it out. It's part of the Tuesday night open house that we did, complete with an amazing choir and Ricky Byers Beckwith, and it's all free and it's all available. Just search it out at the ANTN YouTube page. It's time for us to take a new thought on New Thought. Because we have heard the lectures and the teachings and we have taken the classes and we know this stuff. And now we get to light it up. Now we get to demonstrate it. Now we get to walk in the midst of 30,000 people with a sign that proclaims that our uprising is a demonstration of peace. Because what another great colleague and friend of mine has shared, Reverend Dr. Sidney Liam Steen out of the North Hollywood Church of Religious Science, a oneness center, I'm trying to get her to change that oneness to New Thought, but we'll talk about that. What she's been reminding me and others is that this is not a time of protest. This is an uprising. We are in the midst of the next great uprising in human consciousness. Because this isn't about our leader just alone. This isn't about our president alone. People across this world, across this planet stood up this weekend and wanted to be counted and wanted to be heard and wanted to be seen. And remember, I didn't see a protest. What I saw was a rally for oneness, because I didn't see any violence. New York City reporting 0 arrests. Denver, I haven't seen a report, but my understanding is there was no late night scuffle. Even in LA, the numbers and the amount of violence associated with these types of rallies was down considerably. Because I believe the people want peace. At that same conference last week, I had the opportunity to, here's a little something around that. At the conference last week, I was given an opportunity to share as well. And I can't direct you to that video because it's behind a paywall at the moment. Working on that for you. But in that talk, what I came to was the realization that we are right now creating peace on earth. It's not an if. It's not a when. It's not a how. We don't have to worry about the how. Right now, there is an uprising in human consciousness, and we are leading that, and we have been leading that. I can't count how many opportunities there are online every single week to tap into a greater vibration of peace. And is that not who we are? We are the vibration, the energetic vibration of peace. And you've heard me say this before. We are transmitting that into the world, and we are receiving that from the world as well. I think we got to turn up our transmission knobs a little bit louder still. It's got to get a little bit louder. We've got to say it more and more and more. We are a demonstration of peace. We are an uprising in human consciousness, calling for peace on this planet, and we will not stop until we experience that sense of peace. I've also heard my dear friend, Reverend Dr. David Bruner, say that the experience of peace is being okay, even when it looks like something out there ain't being okay. Because I saw a lot of causes yesterday, too. I saw a lot of really good-hearted people that have been touched by the experiences of humanity, from healthcare to prison reform to immigration. A lot of great causes. And I believe New Thought is bringing that sense, that vibration of peace to all of these places. That is the great work of our day. That is the great work of our age. And I hear it, but Robert, I'm just me. I'm just this guy. I got a little meditation group going on at my accounting firm or at the law firm I work at, or I've gotten some people to come to church on Sunday, and I've heard it the other way too. We're a small community. We don't have an awful lot of resources. What more can we do? This is an uprising in consciousness. I'm not asking you to do anything other than what your heart is calling you to do. My heart calls me to speak about it, to be present, to be seen, to carry a sign that doesn't argue and doesn't yell at, but offers an opportunity for each of us to go a little deeper, to think a little more deeply about what is mine to do in all this. Maybe it's to make phone calls. I've heard our brother Reverend Elzea say it, and probably right from this pulpit, maybe mine is to make sandwiches for the people that are marching. Because I'll tell you, that popsicle that somebody dropped into my hand yesterday afternoon felt really good after a half hour of marching in the streets. Can only imagine what a sandwich or a bottle of water would have felt like after a few hours. And don't get me wrong, we're not saviors out there. We're not saving the world by marching in the streets for an hour and a half. People saving the world are the ones that are living through war and famine. They're the ones with the big consciousness that can transcend those types of horrors and suffering. So what more do we really need to ask ourselves, and what is mine to do in all this? I think the easy way and the way to start is to be more love. To be love. I may not understand you, but you're a human being and I love you. Ever tried loving an animal that's charging you? I have. It works. A couple years back, we were at a dog park, let the dogs off, and from like 100 yards away, this big old dog coming running right at me. And at first I'm like, oh, he ain't coming after me. Oh shit, he is coming at me. Well, surely he's gonna stop. Yeah, he ain't stopping. And this guy was probably 60, 70 pounds. If he had hit me full force, I would have felt it. But I stood there and I put out my hands, not to say stop. I put out my hands and said, man, I love you, dog. He couldn't hear it. He was busy barking. But something stopped that dog. I never heard his master screaming until after the incident. His human was barking and yelling. His spirit was doing what his spirit wants to do, but there was a much higher power at play. I believe that's part of why we did not see violence yesterday across this country, because there's a higher power at play. We may not understand it. We may not recognize it. We may not be able to cognize it. We may not know how to scribble it on a sign, but humanity is waking up to our oneness in a more powerful way than ever before. And is that not a demonstration of what New Thought has been preaching for decades? I've been going to peace rallies. I've been speaking about peace. I got so many quotes about peace in books at home because for 20 years, at least my 20 plus years in this movement has been speaking a word of peace, has been acting as a demonstration of peace. Why in the world would anyone stop now? So no, I didn't jump into that Facebook conversation and rip that guy's head off and give him a good dose of theological understanding of why he's wrong and we're not. I met him with love. I did happen to share my recent Substack article about all of this as well. It said, here's why I'm right, and you might want to rethink yourself. But I didn't do that I didn't make him wrong in his face. I didn't put him down and tell him, you're wrong, you're no good, you don't belong in this group. We are a philosophy of oneness. Where else would this guy belong? Because he has his experience of New Thought over his lifetime, and he started in this well before I did. My fear is at some point he stopped being New Thought and started being that old New Thought, where he stuck his heels in the ground and said, this is the rock I stand on and nothing else. However, Science of Mind, Ernest teaches us very clearly, we are evolving philosophy. We are growing. We are open at the top. I see the evolution of New Thought as creating peace on earth. And I am never more convinced of that than this day. You are yourself, but an island in the sea, yes. And this community is an island amongst the greater New Thought community, but it doesn't have to be that way. Right now, you've heard me say this before as well. We are islands of peace. Create peace on your island. If there is not peace in your home, let's talk about that. Let's figure out how to make that different. If there's not peace within yourself, definitely get with a practitioner, because that's the easy one to solve. If there's not peace in your organizations, in your community, we can support that. We can be part of growing that. Bring peace to your island. Because all the islands are connected underneath, right? We got to remember that. They're not just solitary places on the planet. It's all connected underneath. And then when there is peace on your island, what's going to happen? Well, people are going to want to come to your island. They're going to be attracted. And we start to build bridges to others. We build bridges into other organizations. We create partnerships with other organizations, with other communities. On that Tuesday night video I've been telling you about, there's also a 10-minute section where the spiritual leader of the Centers for Spiritual Living, Reverend Dr. Sonny Cantrell Smith, stands on stage with the executive director of Unity Worldwide Ministries, Reverend Dr. Jim Blake, and the executive director of the affiliated New Thought Network, Anton, Reverend Dr. Michelle Winnington, and the three of them announced an initiative to begin the process, not of combining everybody, not of merging everybody, but of recognizing that we are all on an awakened path. Every one of us, we're on an awakened path. Some of us found the path through unity. Some of us found the path through religious science. Some of us found the path through divine science. Next time you're over at the Althea Center, say a special blessing. Because that's one of the birthplaces of all of this, right here in Denver, Colorado. We are New Thought. We are stronger together. And this Awakened Path initiative is looking at how do we look at our education systems from a sense of oneness? How do we look at our marketing from a sense of oneness? How do we look at how we do small groups from a sense of oneness? How do we do sacred activism from a sense of oneness? So that next time we walk in the streets, we're marching for peace. And our oneness is not just the undercurrent, it is the jubilant expression of it all. It's at the top of every sign. Deeply we are one. If you're with me, I invite you to just close your eyes for a moment. Take in that holy breath. And feel that vibration of oneness, that vibration of wholeness, the one that is who you are, who you have come here to be. I lift us each up in a light of oneness. I lift up everyone in this room, everyone on these recordings that might see this now at another time, in another dimension. Lift up. Feel yourself being lifted up. For there is within you that knows exactly why you are here, exactly what you are here to accomplish, exactly what is yours to do. Be in that vibration. Be in the vibration of the oneness. Be in the vibration of your soul's mission here on this planet, for we are being lifted up. We are an uprising in consciousness. We're leaving behind the old ways, leaving behind the old New Thought, and stepping into a new way of being, a new expression of how humanity, how our consciousness evolves and grows and expands, and the whole world is lifted up. We are in the midst of a great, great uprising. We are in the midst of the greatest uprising in human consciousness ever known on this planet. Greater than every book has ever told, greater than any story has ever imagined. We are that right here, right now. This community, each individual, And that collective vision where new thought moves out into the world, and the world is healed, and all is well. So I am grateful for this time, grateful for this uprising, grateful for this community, grateful for the opportunity to step forth and create peace on earth. One breath, one hug, one heartbeat, one smile at a time. Let it be written across every sign that deeply we are one. And so it is. Thank you all for being with us. LZ, Reverend LZ, I just did it. I just gave him a doctorate somehow. I didn't mean to do that, but I guess I did. I'm sure Reverend LZ is going to say, but Robert, where's our call to action? That was yesterday. But you're okay. Whether you went out in the streets or you didn't go out in the streets, the call to action is the same. Bring your consciousness up with us. Have an uprising in consciousness. Look at the world through peaceful eyes and recognize that we are creating peace on earth. Thank you for letting me be with you. I love you all. And Teresa,
I'm up. Point. I'll do what I need to do. Okay, here's time for our offering. We are so grateful and blessed for everyone's support of CSL, whether it's in time, treasure, or talent, and especially during these times of change. Whether this is your first time joining us or you are a returning community participant, we want to thank you for your continuing financial support of the important work we are striving to provide you. Right now, there are several ways you can make your financial contribution to Center for Spiritual Living Denver. This information is running along the bottom of the screen. You can go to our website and hit the donate button, do it the old-fashioned way and mail a check to our P.O. box, or do the text to give number. Or you can place your gift in the basket going around the room. However you do it, we are so grateful for your gifts, and please know that this helps to keep our doors open. Now, please, with me, say our usual affirmation. This perfect gift is spirit in form, circulating and blessing all that it touches. Freely I give, and joyously I receive. And so it is. While that is happening, I will read the announcements for the week. We are sold out of the September, October Science of Mind magazines. That's a good thing. But we do have some older ones for free. They're over here on the fellowship table. The Science of Mind magazine is a bi-monthly magazine, and the November-December Science of Mind magazine will be available for sale towards the end of this month. Today, after the service, is Divine Dialogue, and please join Dr. Robert, and CSL Denver Practitioners for a Divine Dialogue. Please mark your calendars for next week's Community Cafe. If you've never been to a Community Cafe, I highly encourage you to come to our Community Cafe. It's fun, and it's a time for us to break bread together, and we will be focusing on gratefulness, and Giselle Pelican will be our practitioner leading that discussion. We are all more grateful than we realize. It's just that many of us haven't considered the notion of gratitude at all. Yet gratitude is essential to our happiness and health. Studies show a regular gratitude practice has significant positive effects on our physical, spiritual, and mental well-being. Not only are grateful people more helpful, but they also sleep better and longer. That's a good sleep suggestion. Experience greater self-esteem and greater empathy, and tend to treat others and themselves with greater kindness. Gratitude inspires us to be better. So join us with Giselle for great food and happy conversation as we explore the basics of cultivating gratitude in our daily lives. And about the Community Cafe, this is something that we do every fourth Sunday. So if you can't make it this month, please keep it on your calendars so that you can join us at some point. Our great friend Gary will be in Denver and holding a song circle. Hey, that's a cool topic. At Mile High Church on Friday on October 24th at 7 p.m. in their community center. He does a really great job with his song circles. So if you feel like singing some chants and songs with Gary, please head over to Mile High. There's a flyer over on our fellowship table. The Curiosity Corner, we've got everything on the right side of the room is $1. That's like better than the dollar store. And we'll take cash, check, and carry. We are so blessed to have New Thought Media Network and Diego as our Sunday service producer. We invite you to go to www.ntmedia.org and check out what they have. They have over 40 hours of weekly broadcast programs. We have printed schedules over on the fellowship table that show you what the programs are and when they're on. We are so truly blessed by everyone who has chosen to support CSL Denver by showing up on our Sundays or watching our services online. We know that as we move through the rest of this year, the Divine Beloved is guiding and loving each and every one of us. Thank you. Sincerely, thank you for joining us. Now let's close out with Karen Drucker singing I'm So Grateful. And please join us for Divine Fellowship and Divine Dialogue afterwards.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for all that I have. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for all that I have. Hey, oh yeah, grateful. I just say I am so grateful every day for all I have. Every day, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for all I have. Every day I say it. Grateful. How I'm grateful. Every day. Oh yeah. I am so grateful. Oh yeah. I'm so grateful. 'Cause I accept and I receive. I am so grateful. Oh yes, I am. I am so grateful. Hey, grateful. I just count my blessings.